Look at all that Norseland. Eat it, Europe. Alright, what do we got? Salish needs a core, but it's converting. That is okay. This is garbage land that's got unrest because they were the rebels. I just don't want to deal with it or think about it again, so I won't. This one will be fine after the rebels come through, or the missionary comes through. And the rest is just fine. Why does this have unrest? Because religion hasn't been calculated yet, which speaks well of the rest of it. Okay. It's been a couple days. Let me keep abreast to news here. Got a colonist heading here. Good. We got one heading here. Great. Good, 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 good. So, let me remind myself what my aim is here. I could support Carabas's independence. That would no doubt put me at war with Spain as well as Portugal, which is a little nasty. If only Spanish Brazil wasn't so damn loyal. They're very loyal. Other way, they're pretty loyal. Yep, I just need the French to be involved. Have that Brazil. Hi, pineapple. The French don't want to fight the colonials. That's the thing. They kind of want to fight the Spanish and the Portuguese. They really want to fight Spain, though. Spain's got its other allies, which is a problem. Of course, I could just go after the English instead. But the French are already fighting them. Well, the longer I go, the stronger I become in relation to all of them, so I suppose there's no way to lose that front. It's just a matter of time. And I've got time. Colony done. So I want to make one more this way that's not connected to the rest here. Well, if I go here, I won't have to guard it because there's 0 aggressiveness. So that'll be the plan. I'll guard it anyway because what else? What else to do? Alright, these guys don't need to be here anymore. I've got armies all over the place. My peace treaty with you ends 2 years. Could take all of these guys out in that time. Assuming they've done my conversion for me, and they've done a damn good job. Problem with being spread out against 2 continents all the way from the north end of the map to the south end of the map, that any war I get into is going to be very divided front-wise. Good thing I'm rich as hell and have a massive manpower pool. You went on a convert spree and now you need to do a murder spree. That is correct. It's that's the Paramount Priest's MO. How about Nova Hollandia, who is apparently occupied by Brandenburg? The French like them in ways. So how many of these countries are actually coastal? How many of them can touch me at all? Picardy is not. Magdeburg is not. Or is. Congo, of course, is. Lubeck is. Okay. Some of them can get to me. God, honestly, at that point, I might as well just fight Portugal. Those Portuguese Mexicans are going to expand. Oh, I know. It's not really that bad. It's all very cheap land. When I take it from them in the war, they'll lose all their cores because I'll take the entire thing at once. What's annoying is if they start building forts, and I haven't thought about that yet. Yeah, they got a couple of forts. Especially annoying on the islands, but I've got all the isolated islands, except for this one and this one. So they can't build too many forts that are bothersome. Force limit 155. Yeah, Santian. I can build some more heavies soon. I have 20 heavies. I am good. How are you? So if I do go to war with any of these guys, well, especially Britain, it's going to be a very important objective of mine to land on the British Isles and take something. Of course, I could just take an island that doesn't have a fort on it. But if I could, like, lock down Scotland or something, that would be really nice. Oh, Scotland still exists. Scotland still exists. And if they weren't so damn far away, they would vassalize. Huh. So maybe worth taking some Scottish borderlands. Or getting into a war in which they are a co-belligerent. Getting a CB is a little tricky, though. Yeah, the thing is, I'm gonna have to go for England first, no matter what. Need that landing. In light of that, let's examine. Yeah, I'll need to fight Russia. Let's examine enemy army sizes, totals. I have the largest army, and I'm well below force limit. That's a really nice sign. The Ottomans are the only ones that can even compete on that front, I think. It's a very good sign. Okay, so Spain's got 65,000. They can easily be matched by French. The French. The Russians, I might be able to ally temporarily and just backstab them. I don't see Portugal anywhere here. Portugal's got like no army. My forces are spread too thin. Oh, I know. I know. Allied to rival. Ah, well, never mind there. France. I'd rather have France. Burgundy's still alive. It's tiny capacity. Hmm. Hmm. Are you a nation of interest to me? You really ought to be. Imperialism hype yet? When does that kick in? Colonize. Yes, please. Moving Seri into a city, that would be really nice too. Seri. No, Seri. Seri. How close are you? Not at all. Okay. I'd rather go with colonize then. Imperialism's Tech 33. Well, where am I? No. No, that's a while away. Clemson would ally me. It'd be rather nice to get them against the Spanish and the Portuguese, if only because they provide cannon fodder. Oh yeah, I should look at their navies. That's the really important thing. If I can rule the seas, I can rule them. It's actually going to be a lot harder to fight Britain than it was in previous patches because they can walk to Ireland at will. You can't lock them on an island anymore. Okay, so they have a lot of ships. They have a navy roughly matching mine. If I just sort by heavies, I'll probably find what I want here. Yeah. My navy beats their navies pound for pound. Spain. Portugal's got like nothing. Where's Portugal? Oh, here they are. Two heavies. Yeah, so something bad happened to Portugal. Spanish Brazil's only got 20,000 men, so a good 40,000 down here would easily lock down that area. I could afford that quite easily. Yeah, I could comfortably do. You can't block them in Ireland. So they changed it. So there's a straight crossing here. You can walk across. The rules have changed such that if you own both sides of the strait, you cannot be blockaded. You can still walk. I don't know if that's you own, like you are the current owner of the province, or if you occupy it, it also does that. Because it makes a big difference there. Yep, pretty important change. Ming just got a lot harder. Yeah. Yep. You know what I just realized? This little country right here, Susquehannock. Oh, I can't. Oh, they're not bordering me, so I can't use the CB that lets me push them. I was thinking I was gonna declare war on them with that relocate CB, push them into one of these provinces, probably the cheaper one that borders it, and then conquer them. But no, that would be too easy. I think I'm gonna build a couple heavies here. To really make sure I can have that sea under my control. Bring these transports around that side. Holland and Canada? Yep. Oh, I see him. I see him. Oh, that's right. They're fighting the League Wars, aren't they? War of the Protestant League. That's right. The Catholics are winning heavily. Sucks for me. Most of my enemies are Catholic, although the English are not. Does that say Orthodox Norway? How'd that happen? Huh. They must have been forced converted by the Russians. Oh, this is the time to attack Spain. I can't get a claim. Oh no. Because nobody would come in on in their defense. Is Akershus the capital? Akershus. Yes. So what's the deal with Picardy here? Are they a vassal? Okay. It's not? What? What do you mean it's not? Oh. Wait. You're right, it's in Reykjavik. Wonder how that happened. Well, Sweden did almost destroy them completely. Oh, that's right. Sweden pushed them back to Iceland. And then they gained their land back. Some aggressive Eskimos up here. Maybe I'll go kill them. Yep, Dutch Canada has formed. If I attack them, they have like no allies. The war of religion in the empire has ended in a total victory for the emperor, and the imperial parliament has convened a diet to proclaim Catholicism the sole confessional faith of the Holy Roman Empire. Electors who follow a different religion will be stripped of their privileges, and the emperor is given broad authority to enforce Catholic unity within the empire. Usually I see that end as a stalemate. Well done. That's right, I was doing quantity. Well, no wonder my force limit's so damn high. I still love my title. Paramount Priest. Alright, let's start making claims. Just so I have plenty of CB to declare war. I'll have to arrest my colonization efforts on the borderlands during this time so that they can't screw with or burn down my colonies. In that time, I'll start colonizing, I don't know, the West Coast or something really heavily. It'd be really funny if I got Castilian to be accepted. That wasn't very far along, was it? That should be fine. That sweet dip rep. I was surprised that Caribas or New Portugal aren't expanding on their own at all. They must be too poor. Should have started in North America for that sweet pun. I did. I started right here. And then I pushed my way northeast. And now I'm pushing my way northwest. Dank indeed. I'll be celebrated for generations. So France should no longer be at war. Which hopefully means that they will be willing to join me in mortal combat, supposing they had no debt. I've used the Ghost of Dankmas Past. That's all I want. When was your truce up? December. Well, let's consume them. I'll consume them, and then I'll move on to consume everything else. Poor natives. Poor natives. You can't. You're thinking of it wrong, man. I'm bringing them everything that's missing in their life. And since they don't want to bring that upon themselves, I have to bring it to them. It's for their own good. Everything that's missing in their life. Death. I mean, you're not wrong. They have a sore lack of death over there. Ooh, free mercantilism. For having merchant son as my leader. So how good is my mercantilism now? You know, I kind of felt like it would have been better given all the events I've gotten, but fine, that's it, you know, whatever. Oh wow. I didn't even know that was my mission. I just kind of did it. Okay, good. Which is convenient because I forgot about my mission. So I'm here to finish this one off real fast. Alright, 27 heavies, 83 lights. Can I upgrade these? Yes, I can. Will they heal up to 25 when they're mothballed? Nope. Well, on Mouthwall for a couple months. Because I definitely want them to be top quality. Alright, you, sir. You all have to die. But I want to declare war on you. Oh, breaking truce. When is it? Oh, I had the wrong December, didn't I? Or this one is a different one. Oh, my truce with you is much longer. Oh. That's fine. You know what? That's okay. Wonder if I can even do this all at once. Maybe this was a bad idea. I have to leave Navajo for a different day. Oh, what? They got away. Must have been the same day. Damn. Whoa, okay. Whoa, game. Slow down. Make a lot of people like me? Or CB on Newfoundland. I won't have trouble with a CB on Newfoundland. Not at all. Conquer Penobscot. Yeah. I might have to cancel that later. Spain's over here making tobacco more valuable. And hot chocolate, apparently. Who are you guys at war with? Rio de Prata. Why do you want access? Spanish Brazil wants independence. I'm gonna watch that. And if they declare an independence war, I can go all out on Portugal, I suppose. Either 60 military power or 2 mercantilism. Take the mercantilism. It's going to be really good with all the trade money I'm going to be getting. when that colonist arrives, I might be able to withdraw him. Build a colonist here in order to get access to Puro. If I take Puro for myself, I'll be able to take all this. Hoping that's how this works out. As is, I can't take that. See if this works. There's another idea. Okay, so religious is going to be pretty good coming soon. That missionary strength is going to be very useful. Yeah, I just feel like that's the way to go. Oh wow, yearly devotion. Free legitimacy, basically. No surprising changes here. Let's just do it. And with the accuracy. Seems appropriate. There we go, it works. Okay. So the beautiful thing here is I take this, and then I make peace here, and take all of this. And now I don't even need that colony if I don't want it. So I'll abandon it. I've got the land. There we go. Now one of these colonies is going to want a colonist here. This one. Beautiful. Now, of course, I can't afford to core it. Ah, geez, already with this? And they did convert everything for me. Very nice. Let's see, a center of trade. Yeah, inland center of trade, Pueblo. Interesting. Alright. Now that junky land is only 32% overextension. No revolt risk because it's all increased coring costs. Ah. It's all the right religion, so I don't have to worry about revolts at all. It's going to get even better when tolerance of the true faith goes up. And the clergy and the nobility both want a cut of this, so let's see, we give this to the clergy, I suppose. Give this sucker to the nobility. And everyone's happy. Now, At this very moment, how do the French feel about helping me out? I still don't have a CB there. Portugal, though, I do have a direct CB on, but they're still in debt. So the French need their debt paid, and I'm pretty rich. I don't want to use a colonialism CB, though. That's kind of iffy. And since the French have no interest in a direct war on this side of the water, so I'm going to need a claim on, say, this guy right here. And then declare the war before the French or the Portuguese lose that colony. So where do I want to distribute my men? I'm going to want 25 and 25 here, 50,000 on this side. And I've got what? Where are my stacks? Another, oh, this guy can come far away from here. He'll go here. Let's build, you know, a couple of men. Good 66 extra troops. Should be a decent start. I keep reminding myself I want to invest in tech. That supply limit is going to be really nice. That's what I'm looking forward to. Guess I'm getting spy offense because prestige, don't need it. And for the moment, just to pinch pennies, I can drop my army maintenance considerably. And I forgot to unmothball these, so they're all healed up, and I might as well just deal with it. How long does this last? I'm pretty sure that unrest won't even... We'll show. Where is this? But it's all different groups with a tiny chance. Yeah. Not a problem. Oh, and it's decaying too, so that'll be fine. Alright, where was that? It didn't actually show me. I don't know where that was. Hopefully it was one of these two. There was! Alright, let's get you. You can actually hang out with these guys. They're pretty cool. You'll like them. He's almost finished. And after that, I'm going to have to get one of these, or I'm going to have to carve a path through this, which is also a very good option. Do I have my claim here? Can't tell. I do. Okay. Yeah, carving a path through this would be just fine. Advancement of clergy, they gain influence. Okay. So when this colony is done, that's my point of importance here. I built a whole army down here before I could raise this stack. Send you there. Actually, I'll send you there because you'll get there first. Send you here. This is fine. As for the new colonist, honestly, I don't even think I need 2 stacks here. Nope. Not even close. So I can actually reconsolidate some of these guys. This one can split. These guys can just come down here and join the army. That would be fine. Micromanaging at its finest. Okay, these guys are all set. Got my free core because it's on the wrong continent. Honestly, I don't think I need all of these men up here, so bring them down here too. Or I could just put you near the boats. You can go. You can be the first wave. Sounds good. All right. Kind of feel like I should have a fort somewhere over here. Might be actually worth building. Just in case they try something stupid. Sarah's the one that was done. Alright. Two colonists not working, that's no good. Okay, I have both colonists need to be sent to a new place to colonize. Just go hardcore West Coast. How's my naval force limit looking? Got 3 more. So I can fill out my heavies. Ship repair. Yes, please. Let's get some of that going. You know, it would make my job a little easier if the message for colonist arriving Guess not. I would love a colonist arrives message. So they could immediately pause and reallocate. Gonna make myself a shortcut to Nova Hollandia. Whoa. Lost, huh? Alright. Some more colonial guards. The tribes and Kazakh seize power. Ooh, rough for them. Rough for them. Well, if I lost the CB, I might as well not have that mission. .200 population out of what? 290? I'd rather lose it than spend it. Well, how far ahead am I in points? I'm pretty ahead. Whatever. Ooh, look at that. I just got this color changed for having so much of the bordering land. So now I own this wasteland. I'm a fan. Alright, now I'm out of land decor. What that means. It's time to get more land decor. The French are not paying off that debt at all, so let's see about doing it for them. There we go, the French will be in. I need to spend favors to convince them to join. Or I could give them land. I'd rather get the favors. So I think I am quite ready for this war. Nothing real surprising here. What's the extent of colonial Brazil? Oh, they own almost all of it. They border Arawak now. Although this is wasteland, so it looks bigger than it is. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'll fight this war, and then I will be good. Definitely call them in for 10 favors. We'll have to do conquest. So I'm going to have to spend a crap load of diplomacy. But it says I have 2 options here. Where's the other one? Olavari? Oh, there's 2 here. Yeah, there's hardly a difference here. Well, I'd rather spend a ton of dip getting this started now than wait too much longer. Unless I can catch their navies by surprise. I don't see their navies though. Might as well ship to Havana though. Start immediately over there. Alright, times are wasted. Take this colony right away. I can even protect it and send my colonists to it, so I own it by default. This is going to be tricky. So I'm going to have to pay attention to a lot of stuff here. Now, as much as it's going to hurt me in the wallet, I kind of feel that I should relocate my trade fleet to back up my main fleet. fast. France being in this war is huge. I'm not going to have to worry about them very much. And I can separate peace Spain. Get a lot out of them too. If I want, I can seize a couple of these colonies. See where this guy's going. Is there an army right there? There is. Won't be much longer. Yeah, seizing and converting colonies is probably very much in my favor. Much rather lose dip. Where are you going? Oh, you're not going. Ha! So I want to make sure my smallest colonies don't have colonists on them. Why isn't this one in the list? Oh, it is. And that colonist, and those colonists will be ready for seized colonies. Like this one, it's pretty close to done, but I'll keep an eye on it. When it's really close, I'll seize it and send a colonist as fast as I can. This one I think I want to seize right now. Some strategic advantage anyway. And send the colonist. And hopefully he'll arrive in time to change the culture and religion, and I won't have to deal with it. Oh, this one finished. Ah, well. He's probably going to go for a fort. So I'll go for his capital. Alright, there's one colonial nation down. There's a chunk of the Spanish fleet. Nothing too dangerous looking, though. I don't want to split this army up too much because the Spanish Brazil, it's hard to say what they're going to have up their sleeve. I'll leave one man here just for colonial management. And head for their capital. Followed closely by the other army. Where's he going? I'm just going to try to retake land. That makes this easy. Just chase him down. Oh, they're gonna retake this. That's fine. It's more than fine. At least he's not doing something important. Assume the French are wrecking shop over here. Good, good. Good, good, good. And all of this is, of course, in exchange for the favor of being France's ally and not participating in anything they've done. So you are quite welcome, France. I guess I'm a deterrent. I do that for them. That's a fleet. That is a Spanish fleet right there with all their transports. See if I can seek it down. Destroy it. Oh, I actually don't want this to finish. Unless I send another colony here. Else it'll form a colonial nation. I could stop the colonial growth if I need to. Oh, he's coming for me. That's probably really bad considering that's an amazing looking general. Yeah, he's gonna win that fight. No question. Can't avoid it, so I might as well just take it. Suppose I'll buy some generals. My terrible army tradition. Oh my god, I'm gonna re-roll both of these. These are awful. Well, got what I've got. Screw the colonists there. I'll convert it myself if I have to. I'd rather this grow slowly. I do have a free colonist though, which means I could send him here, but I need control of this area. I need to redirect all my men to the south. Lock that area down. What a pain. get those ships. Gotta make use of these. Can always abandon this too, that wouldn't be so bad. But at the ticking war score, kinda want that. Oh jeez. Nobility wants more land, that's fine. We'll give them, I don't know, this. Make Austria like me. Easy enough. Actually, I want the... No, I want... So I get more reinforcement with the maneuver, but I'm in friendly territory, so I actually won't. And I want these guys to get there faster, so... This is going to be expensive, but I'm actually going to seize this. And send a colonist. So what do I want out of this war? I definitely want something like this. This is actually not expensive, dip-wise. Rio de Prata. I'd like Portuguese Mexico, all of it. I'd like this. Basically, I want to stop them from colonizing. I'd like this. It's very expensive on diplomacy. That would be a damn good start. do need to send a colonist here so this can finish. I like you, but do you use Streambot? No, what is that? If this is some ad, don't bother. Oh, I already have a colonist coming here. Great. So I'll try to send him here. I don't know if he'll make it in time. And I suppose I can redeploy... I don't know, one here. How do the Spanish feel about the situation? They feel okay about the situation. But they're not even willing to peace out. Let the French dig into them for a while. I do want to make sure the French stay high enthusiasm so they don't peace out of the war. Fairly important. Alright, so this whole side is ready for redeployment. I'll leave one army up in this area just to prevent anything easily prevented from happening. Here they come. Alright, that's where I'll be deploying to, I suppose. Okay, so money is good. Merchant's son. See very little reason not to be doing that. Hey! They reuse names, just like CK2 engine. No, let's. Where's Hedon to be? Hedony, where I need him. Okay. This guy's pretty damn good. Who's Thor? It's about as good as I've gotten, at least. Sweet. Norwegian now. Okay, I need more men over here. Stat. To make sure to fight against this god general. Discipline would be very nice right now, but I like Korengost. And we are the Odin-esque. This is horribly disproportionate. Luckily, he just seems to be content to sit behind his border. He's probably disloyal. Spain's got surprisingly high enthusiasm, considering their situation. Portuguese transports. Hello, free transport. So you go for the capital. You go here. And you go here to back up everyone. And you go join the capital army. Demanding all this stuff without occupying the fort. That'll be fixed quickly. Oh, that's important. Want that. And that. All this North American land. Excellent, I made that Norwegian. Let's finish some colonies here. We're almost done. Good. We're about done. You need a colonist. That would be this Northern South America one. Perfect. Oh, they don't get revolt chance anymore? Pretty sure stolen colonies used to have revolt chance. Maybe it was stolen colonies, not seized colonies. Portugal's starting to make offers. Spain's at medium. So I think I got some rebellion problems too. Oh no, I own this. For some reason it was transferred to me. I'm a fan of that. Portugal's getting hit directly now. Oh, there they go. Now they're going to go protect their borders. Wisely, I might add. What the... the British. Well, they're coming up soon. On the chopping block. Oh, I have a colonist free. I'm about to have another one, so we're looking good. So do there. Alright. So I cannot lose this colony, it's imperative. If this colony gets lost, this will all disconnect from me and become a colonial nation. As long as this one's cored, that is. What am I paying for this? 23. I'm paying the full price. That sucks. It's not being treated like a colony. Alright, I'm still one colony ahead of where I ought to be. See about finishing that instead. It's almost to a point where it's time to declare war on the Dutch. Take all their colonial land. There's a center of trade up here somewhere. Nelson Estuary. Okay. Does that have a name? Just inland center of trade. The estuaries all have names, though. How are we looking over here? Looking good. France is in high morale. Though they are being blockaded. Luckily, the Spanish fleet's over there wisely, because I'm fairly certain I would destroy it. Yeah, I gotta remember their army is on their way here, so I got to do some of this. And then back it up with this army. Not terribly concerned about Carabas's one unit. So yeah, I just need those two to be grabbed. By need, I mean want. Who owns this? Rio de Prata. You know, I don't need to take that in the peace deal. I certainly could. No. Oh, it takes so long to land. Come on. You can do it. Hey, there, building an army. All the better for me to squish. And here's our battle I've been waiting for. Oh god, that is terrifying. But numbers are king. Damn, is it painful. Ah, Spain's at low. Let's seize this colony. Maybe not the best use of military points, considering it's going to finish probably before I can get a guy there. Alright, Spanish fort down. So Spain. I can take your land now. can take a pretty good video land now. What is it I really want? I'd like you to stop colonizing, for one. I'd like to prevent you from taking Arawak. Do I actually have to have it occupied? Alright, let's wait a minute. Occupy some more land. Occupied land is cheaper to take than unoccupied land, so this is actually very cost effective. Hey, I got the capital. Okay. So that's pretty good against Spanish Brazil. Although they have high enthusiasm. They're actually, out of all the nations that I'm at war with, they're the least impacted by this so far. I do take offense for them to having Eastern Amazonas of their color, so maybe I'll see about resolving that. I'd be most interested in just cutting off their... Why'd they build a fort way back here? What is that defending against? In the minds of an AI, at least, is what I'm thinking about. Oh, that's quite a path. They have a lot of forts going on over here. Still ahead on colonies by a good chunk. Portugal itself is still unoccupied. Oh, the French are being pushed back. That's frightening. If I knock Spain out of this, it won't be an issue anymore. Could even take land directly off of them. But I'd much prefer colonial land. Could take that. That would be fairly comfortable, but I want to break their treaty. With Portugal. Or do I? You know, maybe it's just more effective to take land. I'm kind of thinking it is. Even though I don't have the admin to core this. This also prevents them from taking Arawak. Because that is mine. This is unoccupied. It's a center of trade. This won't stop them from continuing to colonize. But it will get me some important land. Is there any land I can take? It's worth 1%. It's fine. 1%. Can I get 3% total? I can. So forget the colony. Let them finish it. That's fine. Just take all of this. I feel pretty comfortable with this. And no overextension because it's all colonial land. That's the beauty of this. I'm going to take a ton of land. I'm not going to core it right away because I can't afford it. But, and France is fine because I did this with favors. Just the beauty of the favor system with a long-standing ally. Yeah. Now this is all going to be fairly pissed off land. So I'm going to have to live with that for a little while. And now Portugal's all alone. And if they're afraid, they're right to be. And Spanish Brazil is no longer loyal with their overlord. They're pissed at me. Disloyal. Look at that. But they hate me, so, because I have a whole bunch of their land. So they're certainly not going to let me offer to help. As it happens, everybody wants estates. Not currently held by an estate. Can't give it to an estate, probably because it's not cored. That's okay. There's a lot of useless land out here that I'm more than happy to give to, say, the nobility. And the clergy. That's fur. I don't want to give fur. That's nobles too. There we go. Good and happy. Woo, this is why I needed religious. Those are going to be expensive. So there's a pretty massive revolt issue that's going to be happening here. I really can't stop it. Particularists. And this revolt issue is only going to get worse. Is colony. So I should start all these before I actually take this land. I should start coring these soon. Because this is really cheap right now. It's cheap because it's not directly connected to my land and it's on a different continent than my capital. Just reconsolidate most of this in one place and then split it from there because I'm lazy. I'm also going to steal that colony. Expensive though it may be. I finally did get down to my my limit though. Well, my in-practice limit. So these are not considered colonies. Nope. Spain declared war on Arawak. Wow. Spanish conquest. They must have a... They don't have a claim. Well, not if I get there first, Spain. Not that they have a way to get there since I'm physically blocking them. So now I'm kind of glad they built all these forts because it's going to help me fight off those rebels. See what happens if I ask France to target these. I'll happily take 100% if France will allow. Oh, they caught the Navy. Oh, that's good. The French might take quite a beating on this. Speaking of, where's my Navy? I should have broken the Spanish alliance with England. Big oversight. Big oversight. take that. Are they Catholic? Ah, damn it. Well, so be it. Can't force their religion. I can't convert them because they're recently converted. But revolt risk is pretty low. Priority on coring this because it does give me overextension as opposed to everything else. May as well start some cores. And the revolts are going to happen, and they're going to be nasty. So I'm just going to have my armies on hand all over where the revolts are going to happen. Not sure I can stop it at all, honestly. Just gotta kind of hope for good conditions. Alright, France is occupying them and giving their land to me. So if they back out of the war early, it won't actually hurt me. So I'm going to be able to take an easy 100% off of them. Nobility. Friggin' nobility. That's not good. Am I gonna have to fight their peasants? I'll do it. Lazy colonists. That is pretty bad for me. There's a lot of rebels. So right now I can take everything of the New World from them. If I do it quick, the rebels won't be able to do a thing about it. Yeah, this is actually more than I want. And so I can break your Spanish treaty. Actually, it doesn't matter because you don't have colonies that I want after this. Gonna cost a crap load of dip though. But it'll mean I'm done with this. With them. Possibly forever. I actually don't want money either. Probably, I'm guessing most of the money will go to France. Because they did most of the real fighting. I don't see it anywhere in the list. force them to revoke cores, but I don't really care. Frankly, just give me war reparations. Give me your pocket change. This is fine. Just make sure I do have all of it here. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And they actually still like me. Eased tension. Okay, so revolt risk is gonna be insane. Raise autonomy all across the board. Like colonial land is typically very good anyway. The rest should be fine. Okay. No overextension because, again, colonial land. I just gotta deal with their damn peasants. Ouch. But I have this connection now, so I don't actually need this colony. I'm tempted to abandon it in favor of that. In fact, I'm over my limit. Am I? No, I'm at my limit. Sadly, now I have to deal with all of their rebels. Now my name is Tiny because it's stretched somehow. But all my land is connected now. The whole thing. Connected or same continent, I should say. So this probably says, yeah, Caribbean. Caribbeans. Interesting. Now what? The clergy and... They went... Yeah, I got a lot of land. I kind of understand that. Let's give them some of this garbage land. This would be Clergy Peninsula. missionary strength bonus is going to be very nice here. Okay, now the clergy are happy. Hand out land to the nobility. Come on, nobles. Happy up. There we go. Well, I have some cores to make. Very soon I'll have some rebels to fight. The Spanish-Brazilian separatists are almost ready to go. It would be nice to have them out of the way. There's a free colonist. I think I ought to be colonizing as much of this as I can right now. Slow down the angles. So what's cool about all this land is I don't actually have to core it. I won't get much of anything out of it. Ah, crap. Colony damaged. I won't get much of anything out of it if I don't core it. But it won't hurt me necessarily if I don't bother. So I could wait. I could even go ahead and get my religious ideas. And then come back. Ah, that is much smaller than I was expecting for Brazilians. It's downright pleasant. It's like a summer breeze. Oh, there's some up here. Oh, hey. Looks like I might win that regardless, but just to be safe. Got him. French truce with Great Britain. When does that end? Because I'd love to go after them. Oh, very soon. And I have enough favors that they would just join me right away again. But it would have to be directly against the English. Ah, and the English have the northeast here. So it's not going to join their colony. Which means I have a permanent CB right there. Let's get another claim just to be sure. An Aroostook. Until that time. It would be nice to fabricate a claim on the Dutch, because they're my next target. Hopefully I can get my religious CB going beforehand. Do I have more? Oh, I did have more over here. Let's get the light ships back to work. Because, well, I do have more power here now. Still not free. Still not total. Clear out the last rebels there. Maybe next time against Spanish Brazil, I'll take everything but the borderlands. So I can core it all real cheap. And then I'll go after the rest in a third war. That would save me quite a bit of money here. Or, quite a few points. Which one of these am I up to? Old and infirm? There's that inflation reduction, which helps a lot with all that gold. Oh, I can't click on it. I can't click on it. Free missionary strength. Oh, yes! Perfect timing. am I on colonies? Income says I have my 8. Although I don't appear to. Income is lying. Ah, but I'll have my 8 right there. Call this one. Send them off to here. Honestly, I've acquired nearly as much of the Americas as I did in my entire Aztec campaign already. Is that my claim? Oh, it's not my claim. I don't know what that was. Oh, I must have been discovered. Yep. I'm just waiting for these rebellions. Starting with Karabas. Ah, that's why I wanted to stay on that island. Attacking these islands against rebels is really annoying, so if you can get them to rise up while you're already on it, of course they're on the other one. Of course they're on the other 2 islands. No, just pick one and try to take it out in time. Not looking promising. Oh, come on, yeah! Before they got occupation. Wait for the end of the month so they get their resupply. They're likely going to go straight for this fort, so I'm going to go wait there. Not that there's a river crossing. Oh, there is. Between there and Guantanamo only, though. So it won't really matter. There's no infantry in this army. English are trying to take out the last bit of Scotland. Proving their concerns are on the wrong things still. Where are you going to? Miami. Oh, sweet. Awfully convenient, because I'll be there, waiting, judging. Oh, I still have this colony? Well, damn. I just got damaged, too. Like 2 transports down south so I can go to Tierra del Fuego. There's some colonial guardsmen. Because that'll be my next colony, just to stop the British and to acquire this. Oh, I have a colonist right now, actually. 3, 4. Yeah, I'll send it there. That sounds great. So how fast am I colonizing? Not. That event really cut down on the time, but I have a lot to colonize. If I'm attacking the Dutch, I should do it before they get this colony as well. Well, they do have some allies, but nobody real dangerous. Nobody with a real ocean-going presence. Except for maybe Genoa? No, Genoa's stuck out here. They're not gonna do crap to me. It'll be like swatting down mosquitoes. In fact, I can probably sail in and land in Holland and be pretty comfortable with it. It's tempting to take land from them too, but it's going to be very expensive. Wow, they've been pumping it up too. I'll save that for the English. Who's next? Rio de Pratans. That one's okay. I'll just send down some help. Should be good and easy. So how much power do I have in Caribas now? Oh yeah, look at that. So much. So much power. Looking good. Still got a lot to colonize though. $200 years to colonize the rest of the Americas. Colonize or take. And then conquer all of Scandinavia and the British Isles. Russia is not that strong. Were they not colonizing at all? Oh, wow, they don't have expansion. Or, yeah. They never took expansion. Which means they... Oh, God, they're allied with the Ottomans, too. They have no treaties. Russia's been pretty peaceful for a while. It's rather odd. Perma's still independent. Yeah, Russia's expansion is not happening, which kind of tells me Georgia owns all kinds of stuff. Which kind of tells me they're not as strong as you would expect them to be at this juncture. That's okay. Okay by my book. Half of these guys over to ice. Maybe I ought to stop making cores. Long enough to get myself. I can afford a better guy. Difference. Cost is easily covered. Yeah, I think it's worth it. I need those points badly. Alright, they're done. Now what? Suppose I'll just continue up the coast over here. That one's not done. That one's not done. Wow, Pima really upped their development. Piman. British Southern Chile. Oh god, they're there. That's what I've been waiting for. No problem. New Portugal. Oh, that's right. That was these people. No thank you to the particularists. Colony count. I've got one. Okay, this is how many I have. One new one. One new one on the books. Current king is terrible. Next king is okay. So all I'm hearing is... Oh, he's much better than the last bunch. And I'll just slap him anywhere, I don't really care. As long as he's in an army somewhere. I actually like that this is here because I can now fabricate on Spain directly. So if I want to go after Spain, I can. Oh, hey, I should probably... Wow, okay. He's already dead. Ah. May Thor live long. And produce many cores. Okay, war against Holland. It's certainly in the realm of okay ability. But I think I'll let them colonize some more and wait till I get my CB. Temptation to core is great. But the temptation to get a good CB is greater. The temptation to be able to convert is real pretty high too. Clergy is 100% loyal. Wow. Free stability. Don't mind if I do. Because my philosopher apparently. Just convert whatever. Just get it done. Alright, colony finished. My next one. go there. I'd like to get up and down Alaska. To cancel my mission to make sure I can keep colonial enthusiasm in the loop, because I am out. What am I doing? This is an active colony. This one needs to go down. There we go. That colony did not have a colonist on it. So you are called. You go there. Who wants land? The nobility wants land. There you go, nobility. You can have the new one. Now who do we have? Supposed to enforcing their demands. Hold on a second. Karabas separatists. Who did I not liberate? Ah, I didn't stay long enough to liberate them. Okay, that's no problem. Certainly can't be having separatism. I just joined the party. Well, I have 100 loyalty with the clergy, so making them lose loyalty is not a big deal, and making them lose influence is never really that bad. Giving the nobility more influence really isn't that bad either, because I get more. I might jump there. So they switch ownership of something. Let's do it. I'm okay with those results. When's the next? Where is it? Tactics. 19? Not too far off. I think I'll keep up on tech after that. You need to go to a better place for a colonist, such as here. It's the British exploring. British Patagonia. Interesting. So I don't know what the priority is here, but they have 2 in each, and it was southern Chile. And now it's Patagonia. Development's the same, so for some reason Patagonia has it. Oh god! Now it's La Plata. Interesting. I would expect it not to be La Plata. Especially considered Patagonia such a notable portion of this. There we go. Yeah, that seems weird. You expect this to be Patagonia. Alright, Deus Vault. Anybody who neighbors me can get vaulted squamish. Alright, that's my next target now. Nova Hollandia wants wants freedom of movement at least. Well, you're HRE, aren't you? Yeah, that's a problem. Because that'll bring in the Emperor. Who is Aachen, who can call in their allies, which... Never mind, they're impotent. The problem with that is, if I do a show superiority, I'll have to ensure that I win. Very consistently, if I fight at all. French are not at all interested. England. 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 It's not cool, England. Could they form a colonial nation here? They have just enough space if they wanted to. Well, there's going to be a big war with England at some point in the near future. The French will be involved. I'm going to have to bring my entire fleet to bear. Mine is considerably stronger than theirs. But I'm going to need more transports, which I have the force limit for. So I might have to use France as a launching pad in that war. Land in France to do my own reverse Normandy. There's my UI. I guess it's time to think about stopping. do I want to spend all my admin on this? Actually, yeah, the extra missionary? That would be really good right now. And again, not having cored these, it just makes it so they don't give me money for a while. Zero overextension. The missionary strength. And that's all I really need for now. But the Scots are dead. Oh yeah. They're real dead. I'm gonna keep going until I colonize Squamish. And then I am done for the night. Oh wow, that last hour went by super fast. Overseas expansion against Baumanus, which means ooh, they're big. Although somebody's got the coast all around them. Who would that be? I mean, it looks pink and not red, so I don't think it's the British. But who would pink be? Pasai? No, that doesn't make sense. Alright, is this an overseas, so free core? Ooh, I'd rather like one more. Yeah, well I can. With my 4th colony in this area. As nice as Squamish should be. Ooh, what's this? Pay money for colonies. Yep. What is money for? This will be a colonial nation pretty soon here. Yeah, I really want to slap the British silly right now. That would be rather nice. Though until then, do I have factions? Not really. Let's make some serious bank. These guys aren't really doing anything. I'm gonna bump my trust with France a little bit. Timbuktu westernized, yeah. I didn't get a message about that. That's another thing I really need to do is redo my messages. Westernize. Others. When another nation starts westernizing. Pop up. Pop up. Thank you. That is something I'd like to know. Oh, Morocco didn't own this, so Twat never got colonized. Interesting. If I click this, does it give me... No, it doesn't give me Timbuktu. Neither of them are colonized, so that's not going to get taken. They're Western now, which means that they're going to be kind of strong. Well, they're going to get stronger. They're still pretty crappy compared to the Portuguese, whom I no longer care about, so. Well, now my name is all up here. Well, at least it's longer. You know what? I've got the money. I'm going to Squamish right away. Squamish has a lot of people on it that pose rather threateningly at me. Happily pay the overages for my proper amount of colonial enthusiasm. Thank you, Tierra del Natives. Aggressive though you may be. Oh, I can't get my buttons. Turn Squamish into a city. I would love to take that, but I can't press the button. Well, that's my cue to go, I guess. So we got North America spanning a continent. We got some wastelands colored after us, which I'm really liking. And again, so is Brazil got theirs back, which is unacceptable. We'll see about that. So I think the next thing to do is to probably prep for a war against the English and try to get a foothold in Europe. Give me the buttons, man. Yeah, I really want to get myself a Scottish vassal or something like that. To do so properly, I'd of course have to take half of the Scottish land, convert it, and then release it as a vassal. But that sounds pretty good to me. Thanks for sticking around. I stayed too late as usual. I'll be back either tomorrow or the next night, I'm sure. Have a good night.